ko? May problema ka.
Okay guys, so this is how you handling complaints and dealing with difficult customers. So we are in the BPO industry, so it's normal for us to encounter caller like this or seller like this. Okay, so how do you deal with this? So kindly read the objectives. Anyone? Aside from, just kidding. Um, yes, read it, Vlad. Loud and clear, please.
Objectives. At the end of this module, the trainees are expected to identify the various types of customers, identify the elements of Tenpo, practice using the Tenpo technique through role plays, and lastly, confidently use the Tenpo technique.
Okay, so at the end of this module, you'll be able to identify various types of customers. So for the Tenpo, I know that sounds jargon for the meantime.
Yeah.
Tenpo is your that's our that's what we use to handle those difficult customers. Okay, so we'll learn more about Tenpo. So here are our customers. Most people are reasonable, but they are calling because they need help. So that's the reason why they are calling you. If you have a seller, they are calling you because they need help. Sometimes they get frustrated, yeah, that's given, and angry or impatient, but this is not about you, okay? So they get upset with certain policies, procedure, or situations, and not you, okay? As I mentioned, it's Amazon that they are calling about, and since you are working in Amazon, then you are the face of Amazon, okay? Yes, so here that remember that you are the face of the company. So you are not you anymore. It's you are Amazon already. And you start taking in calls. So what are those types of difficult customers? You'll see it here. So here is a person whose issue with the product, service, or company has not been addressed properly, thereby resulting in displays of escalation behavior. Escalated means they want a better assistance. Okay, so these are the customers that are most likely to call for a supervisor. Okay, so these are the type of customers. So here, let's identify the 5 most challenging customers you might encounter. So what are those? So of course, if you're familiar with the granny, those who are tenured, the granny ones,
Yes.
experience that, the
Yeah.
one that will narrate all the stories since their puberty up until their old age. They will tell it all to you. Next is the know-it-all. The person who seems that he's the agent. Okay, you're the agent, I'm the customer. So tell me what to do. So this is a know-it-all, the granny, the know-it-all, of course, and all irate customers. So we'll tackle how to handle those types of customers. So here is an example of talkative customer. Vlad, kindly click this if I see. Just hold on. So talkative customer. Okay, so here how to deal with talkative customer. Okay, so first remain warm and cordial, but stay focused. Okay, so first rule is that even though they are talking a lot of things that are relevant to their concern, still show respect, okay? Make it feel that you are interested in what they are talking about. So that's how to deal with a talkative customer, because they might be offended if you sound like uninterested in their story. So despite of them telling a lot of story that's irrelevant to you, still show enthusiasm, show respect. Oh, how nice is that? I'm sure that's good memory for you. Even though he doesn't that interested, but still show it to them. Next, use closed-ended questions for control. So what is closed-ended questions again? Yes, exactly. Because if you ask this kind of customer an open-ended questions, then that call will never stop. Because they're already talkative. Then you ask them an open-ended question. So if you ask them, what are you seeing in your screen? Then they might mention a lot of things. But if you ask, do you see the settings tab in the upper right corner of your screen? Yes or no? Yes, darling, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. Okay, next. Next is, here, never show frustration or boredom. Use verbal cues. So just like what Patrick did on his mock call. Uh-huh, yes. Uh-huh, yes, I understand. Because if they keep on talking and you just stay, you don't talk, you don't use verbal nods, then they might stop. Hey, are you still listening to me? Okay, they might say that. So it's better if you use verbal nods. Uh-huh. Yes. How nice is that? Okay.
It's great.
Uh-huh. Those are your verbal nods. Okay. So next please. Okay, then paraphrase. So this is important. It's like, who did paraphrase it very well? Abby. Yeah, you paraphrase it well, because if you don't paraphrase in this kind of customer, they might reiterate their concern numerous times because they don't feel that you understand their concern. But if you paraphrase, okay, I understand that you are calling us today because you want to downgrade your account so that you will not pay the subscription fee of $39.99. Is that your concern? Am I right? Then that's how you paraphrase, so that they will not reiterate it again. Keep on mentioning it because they cannot feel that you understand their concern. So it's important to paraphrase in this kind of customer. Next is, even though they keep on talking a lot of irrelevant things, okay, they keep on talking. They share a story, very long story. At the end of that, they still need to breathe, to inhale. Of course, they keep on telling the story. Then, when you feel that they stop, okay, even though just a few seconds, then use that gaps to go back into business. Okay, going back to your concern, I understand that that's a nice story, but going back to your concern, I want to walk you through on how you will do it. Okay, so use those gaps to go back to business. Okay, next please. Okay, so here's an example of a talkative customer. Let's play a sound recording of a talkative customer. Are you ready to listen to a talkative customer?
Is there anything else I can help you with today, Mrs. Jones?
Oh, no, no, no. You've been wonderful, darling. You don't know how happy I am that you were able to fix my computer. Now I can read my emails again. It's been almost a week since it stopped working, and I've been wanting to see the pictures of my grandsons that my daughter sent me. You see, I paid them a visit last month in Cornwall, and we went to one of their nice palm-shaded beaches there, and we took a lot of pictures. We really had a great time. Have you been to the UK, dear?
No, Mrs. Jones. No, I haven't.
Oh, you should go there sometime. You should see the beaches during summer. It's so refreshing. You know, that particular resort that we visited is our family favorite. That's where my husband proposed to me 40 years ago. I'll never forget what happened that day.
Sounds interesting, Mrs. Jones. I'm sure that you had a great time. Now that your computer is up and running, you can check your mail and see your grandkids' pictures. Was I able to assist you with the reason for your call today, Mrs. Jones?
Oh, yes, dear. Thank you so much. I'm sorry to take so much of your time.
It's my pleasure, Mrs. Jones. Enjoy the rest of the day, and thank you for calling.
Okay. So that's a very talkative customer, no doubt. So, did the agent use these techniques on how to handle those talkative customers?
Yes.
So next is our know-it-all customer. Okay. Know-it-all. They know everything. Know-it-all. They know everything. Yes, they're acting. It seems like they know it all. So they act like they know it all. Okay. So here, how to deal with a know-it-all customer is acknowledge her opinions. Don't challenge them. Okay. So even though they said that, let's say, I've read everything on the manual, but I'm sure what you want me to do is to reboot again, reboot this device. I already did that. So what's up? Why is it not working? What can you advise me that I haven't read on the manual? Okay, so that's usually how the know-it-all customer. So let's say acknowledge them. So, okay, I understand that you've read the manual, and we appreciate that because you took initiative to learn about your new device. And do not challenge them. Let's say, but have you read page 50 of that manual? I think you missed that. And it shows there that you need to click the power button for 3 seconds. Did you read that? So don't do that. Do not challenge them. Okay? So this is a know-it-all customer. Just overlook a tiny bit of information. That's why they are calling us. Okay? Next. Okay, still sound interested but not patronizing. So do not let them control the call. So these are the caller that are most likely to take control of the call. Okay, still show respect but do not let them control the call. Okay, next please. Okay, so here is your chance to show your product knowledge. Okay, if you are really good with product, even though they ask you questions, they cross-reference all the information. Okay, they ask you, but you understand the concept on how it works. Then it will feel that you can control this kind of customer, even though it seems that they know everything. Okay, make them feel that you are more knowledgeable than them. Next, please. So here still, if keep on talking again, use those gaps to lead back to business. Next, please. Okay, so let's listen to a know-it-all customer and push it back. Okay, so here is a know-it-all customer. Let's listen to this one.
Hi, this is Dilbert. I'm calling because my iPod Shuffle is not working. I tried playing a track earlier and it wouldn't play. Could you help me out here, buddy?
Sure, I'd be glad to help you get your iPod Shuffle working again. Now, you said you tried to play a track earlier and it wouldn't play, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Okay then, could we check if the headphones connector is pushed all the way in?
I already tried that. Let me guess, you want me to check if the volume is adjusted properly, right?
Yes, that's actually the next thing I was going to ask.
Then you want me to press the play-pause button to make sure that it's not paused, right?
Yes, that's...
Well, I already did that too. Is there anything else you'd want me to check or do that's not in the user manual? I can read, you know.
I appreciate you taking the initiative in reading the user manual. That would definitely save us a lot of time. Aside from the steps you mentioned, did you try anything else to make the shuffle work?
Nope. But I wanted to try a few things, but then I thought, why not just call you guys?
Okay, then let's try one more thing. I remember you saying that you pressed the play pause button. Did you see the status light blink orange after?
Yes, it did. I was wondering about that. It usually blinks green when I press the button. Why is that?
This means that all the buttons are currently disabled. This happens when the play pause button is pressed for more than 3 seconds. To enable them again, all we need to do is press the same button for more than 3 seconds.
Okay. Well, what do you know? It works. Thanks.
No problem.
So that's a know-it-all customer. So next, please. So here is our habitual complainer. So what's this habitual complainer do? So how do you deal with an habitual complainer? So first is don't think that this customer complaint is insignificant, okay? I know it's hard. Sometimes you might think that, okay, here she goes again, complaining about this particular stuff, but still, you need to make sure that you still need to study what is the cause of his concern, okay? So do not think that here she goes again. Okay, I will not give my best because this is what the customers keep on doing anyway. So don't do that. So still study their concern, do your best to help them. So that's how you deal with an habitual customer complainer. Next, please. And here, listen carefully and read between the lines. Make sure that while they are explaining their concern, it seems that there's just one information that they they don't know how to explain. That's why you need to learn how to read between the lines. So let's say they just simply missed to click one radio button there in their seller account, and they just missed that. That's why it keeps on happening. So you need to, this is the time that you need to investigate further to assist them well. Next please. And here, this is where your probing skills will need to come in. Okay, so since they are already complaining, now if you there are times that in your conversation with your seller, I'm sure something you already experienced this. You're already talking to the customer, but after 15 minutes, you really still don't know what's their real cause of their concern. Yeah, that happens. I experienced that also. So you are already talking. Okay, so I already talked to you for about 20 minutes, but I still really don't know what's your main concern. So that's why you need to probe effectively. Isolate what is not what's unnecessary in your conversation. Isolate it until you can get the root of their concern. Okay, probe effectively. Next, please. So here, address all valid complaints immediately. So here in seller support, we have, let's say, unurgent cases, the severity 2 cases. So have you heard about that? So our default cases is severity 4. So that's the usual cases. Okay, 3 or 4, that's the usual case. That's the severity. But if it reaches 2, severity 2, that's urgent. Okay, so that's an urgent case. So somehow, if they create a case, before they create a case, they mark it as urgent. So that's the severity 2. Okay, can you next please? Okay, here, do not make excuses or blame others. Okay, so do not explain to the seller that's why that happened, because we have a system issue during that time. Okay, or do not say that the previous agent who handled this didn't forwarded this to a particular team. So don't say that. Okay, just to save yourself on his complaint. So even though that happens, so you might experience the caller saying that, "Where's Jessica? That was the previous agent that I'm talking to a while ago. She said that this will be working after 2 hours, but still not working. I want to talk to that Jessica." Okay, so and you've seen there, let's say you've seen on the annotation that that agent didn't transfer. It's not with Jessica. It's just a random name. Okay, that agent did not forwarded it to a particular team. Then don't say that. Okay, yes, I understand that Jessica really made a mistake here. So he should forward this to the particular team for this to be fixed. Okay, don't worry. I will ask that Jessica will be reprimanded because of this. So do not say that. Let's just say, okay, I understand that my previous colleague tried her best to assist you, but since it's still not working, I really do apologize for that. But let me do my best to cover what happened, to rectify what your concern. Okay? So do not blame others. Yes.
What if the client still insists to call Jessica? I mean,
They cannot do that. There's no way they can do that. Even though Jessica's just besides you, no. We don't have process that. What will happen there is that if they really insist, I want to talk to Jessica. Okay, I do apologize. I cannot forward you to Jessica or Patricia, whatever. Then, but I have here my manager. I can forward you to my manager, and you can explain to my manager what happened. And my manager will be the one to talk to Jessica. That's the process. Okay?
Sir, if that can be a digital metrics.
Nope, it will not. Don't worry, guys. Soup call is not part of your metrics.
okay.
It will not. It's not. It's inevitable anyway. So soup calls are not part of your metrics.
Supervisor.
Supervisor call for the newbie. Soup call,
So
supervisor
we can proactively escalate the issue.
call. If you think that you can't do anything, the seller is insisting to talk to Jessica. They want to talk to that person right away. So you can't do anything about it. So because if you're just running in circles, then you might resolve the concern, but he's not happy. Then might give you a no survey. So yes, you can proactively, if you can't do anything about it, you can proactively offer your manager.
Yes, sir, because in retail, you will try to de-escalate first. If you did not de-escalate, they will not, sometimes they will not.
Okay, so for de-escalation, it means that you try to, if the seller is asking for a manager, you try to explain it first to them that I can help you. My manager will simply explain the same thing. So try me first. I will try my best to assist you first. Okay, so that's the de-escalation. For the newbies, that's the de-escalation. If they are asking for a manager, you try to assist them first. You try your best to assist them. But if they really insist to talk to a manager, give the manager. There's no problem with that. Your SME, your QA, your team leader can take soup calls. Okay? So anyone of those, or any of your support can take soup calls. SME, QA, team leaders of other team can take soup calls. So if they ask for a manager, give it to them. Just for the newbies, since you are on the nesting period, if they ask for a manager, ask your manager right away. No de-escalation needed, since you're a newbie. Okay? No de-escalation needed. Okay, let's listen to an habitual complainer.
What the hell is going on with my account? This is the 5th time I'm calling to have the late charge taken off my bill. What will it take to get you guys to do your jobs, huh?
I understand why you're upset, and we apologize for what happened. You can rest assured that solving this issue will be my first priority. What I'm going to do now is check for some of your details of your account and the reason for the delay of crediting the late fee on your bill. I just need a few minutes, okay?
Okay. So there it is. And next is angry customer. The Rihanna customer. Okay. So if you receive an angry customer like this, so the first thing that you need to do is listen actively. Use verbal nods. And let the customer vent. Okay. Let them talk and talk and talk and talk. Let them vent out all their frustration in their seller account. Because if they do, and they can feel that you are listening to them, that will make them feel better. That's true. That is based on my experience. I've experienced there is a Vietnamese seller in Amazon. He is a sort of a selling fashion clothes from Vietnam, and the English of that Vietnamese is really you cannot understand it. Okay. Then he bent out to me for roughly 30 minutes. She just kept on saying a lot of words. She said that I already called this, then you do it again, something like that. Then you're already the 4th person that I'm talked to with this concern and everything. So still, I just use verbal notes and understand how frustrating it is. Then proceed. Then after that, I didn't expect at the end of the call, he thanked me. He said that, you know what, thank you for listening to me. That's just what I need to happen here. I want someone can listen to me. He said that. So it's venting out is important to our customers if they are angry. So let them vent. It's fine. If your HT went up because of them keep on talking, so do not interrupt them. Okay, sir, we have HT here. So I'm so sorry, but you're already venting out for 20 minutes. Can we stop this? So that will make them more angry. If they're venting out, let them speak. If your QA listen to that, they will they won't mark you down. That's the process. Okay, next please. So here, just like, don't be like my team leader in Transcom, and they're taking soup calls. Okay, I already let you speak, ma'am. Now it's my turn to speak. Now, would you mind to let me speak? Let me explain it to you. Yes, ma'am, listen to me, ma'am. So do not be like that. Okay, so do not match their customer's tone. Be professional. Okay. So, have you heard about the PLDT call?
Yes.
PLDT scandal?
Catherine.
Who haven't heard it yet?
No.
Catherine Rosana and Sarah Ul. You want to listen to that?
Yeah.
That's why we need phone that has YouTube, that is fast, so can put the... Do you have Do you have phone that has YouTube? Okay, let's use your phone later after this one. Let's listen to that. Okay, next. So here, do not show fear or intimidation. So again, this customer are most likely to take over the call if they can sense that you are not confident in delivering your message. That's why I'm always teaching you to fake it till you make it. Okay? Even though you don't have any idea what are you talking about, deliver it with confidence. And that's better than knowing the product itself but not delivering it confidently. So it's not what you say, it's how
You say it.
That's right. So from now on, early on, learn to deliver a message with confidence. Next. So still, you need to empathize, acknowledge their feelings. Okay, I know that's so frustrating. If I'll be in your shoes, that will also what I'm going to feel. So I really do feel sorry about what happened to you. So acknowledge the customer's feelings. So because if they can sense that, okay, I'm talking to someone who understands me, okay, I will feel better. Okay, I feel better now. Next, please. So still remain objective. So this also the seller who are most likely to tell a lot of irrelevant things. So I experienced this. One of my teammates has a call that they are very angry because Amazon hold their payments, their account, their earnings. Okay, so we don't let them withdraw their earnings because of some policy violation, and they keeps on saying a lot of things such as that's the only source of income for us. So what are we going to eat now? And my son is sick right now, so we don't have any money. And what are you doing to us? We use Amazon for us to earn, not to experience this kind of experience and everything. So still remain objectives. So do not match it. So same here, ma'am. We also don't have money. So just same here. So do not remain objectives. Just focus on the business. Okay. So next, please. Okay, let's listen to this. We already listened to the angry customer. I think we do. Sorry. The habitual familiars, habitual familiar. Okay, so the angry customer. Okay, so
You guys are idiots. How could anyone mess up such a simple request? Look, all I want is the rebate you promised for buying the AC receiver. If I had known it would take this long to get the rebate, I wouldn't have bought the damn thing in the first place.
I understand your frustration, especially when you didn't get what you expected. And we apologize for the delay of processing your request. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to check on the status of your rebate to see why it's taking longer than usual. I assure you that I won't let this go unresolved. Just give me a few minutes to check, okay?
next. So rude customer. So don't worry, the chance of getting a rude customer is very low here in seller support because we're talking to professional. Unlike other accounts, anyone can own their products. Anyone. But here you must be a seller. You must have an aim. Your life must have a direction because you choose Amazon to make a living. So don't worry. Yeah, we have very few rude customers here. So next, please. So here, still remain professional and don't take it personally. So just like what we talked yesterday, it's not what happened to you, it's how you react on it. Don't take it personally, even though they're shouting at you, they're cursing you right away. Just to share, guys, the first ever call that I received, the customer, I've heard already an F word. That's the first call that I received. Then after that, we go on training. Then after I'm so down, it seems that I don't want to take calls anymore because of that. Yeah, so I can't blame you if that's how you feel. But I learned that it's not what happens to you, it's how you react to it. That's why we talked about that yesterday. So remain professional. Have you heard of the Citibank also, guys?
Yes.
The Citibank?
No.
You haven't heard about
Scandal?
that? The
Yeah.
Citibank? The one who's like cursing 100 curse per minute. Yeah.
No,
if you've heard about that, we can listen to that if you have your connection. So
Boss, about the rude customer, we cannot tolerate them if they're saying profane words, right? We can warning them.
yes, that's true. So it's like this, guys. If you heard the profanity, you can warn them. Okay? So we don't tolerate any profanity here, sir. So if I heard you say that word again, I can drop this call. Okay, I will end this conversation. So if they mention that again, drop the call. Then annotate here, profanity.
What about the CSAT? Of course.
Yes. So
We can
you can forward that to your manager, and your manager will resolve that, so that there will be no survey for you.
only the manager, because in
QA, SME.
retail we can actually uncheck the HME.
Okay, so yes, but it's better if you acknowledge your SME. It's up to them, because they may, if you do that without their, if you don't acknowledge your support, and you send message without poll or survey, then you might be escalated. Okay, so Ate Meg said that, what if you receive this kind of customer and send an email? Because they have an option to send an email without survey. So here we don't have that in seller support. Okay? So that's why you need to ask help for your support. So if that happens to you, okay, I dropped the call. SME support, I dropped the call because of profanity. Okay, so he may ask you to forward it to them, or they will resolve it in your station, so that there will be no survey. Okay, next please. So keep cool and do not retaliate. Do not take revenge. Okay, you're irate, so I'm irate. You call me stupid, I'll call you stupid. You curse me, I will curse you. So keep your cool. Okay, cool, it's fine. Even though how mad you are on the call, you can't hurt me. Remove the headset, put it away in your ear. So if you can hear it, okay, it's fine. Just look at the headset, then listen. Okay, no more. Okay, then talk. And keep on shouting again, remove it again, then look at your headset. Then if they stop, put it again. So keep your cool, do not retaliate with this kind of customer if you experience this kind of customer, okay?
Yes, but I'm actually have a colleague, the customer was so irate.
What
And
he
then
did?
just to make a revenge, she put something on the cart. It's like she put something
Okay.
on the cart. I think that's a dildo. They call dildo. Like
A sex toys.
And the customer was so religious. She reported to Amazon, and now my colleague was terminated.
Yeah, that's really true, because in their retail, they're the buyer support, right? So they have option to buy for the seller. They have option to buy for the seller.
We don't have the option because we cannot use their credit card. But what my colleague did is, she put, I don't know if it's a boy or a girl, she put the dildo in the shopping cart. So when the customer checked the shopping cart, she found out the sex toy and was so irate. So she reported to Jeff Bezos. And because Amazon was so
Customer centric.
no, they can figure out who did the
Yes, they are very good in internet. They own the internet, just like what we.
You think that
seen there.
they will not recognize you? They have
will.
that power.
Yes. Amazon is really good.
It was terminated.
Yes.
As well, my colleague that who tell that you do this, you do that. Because she was actually did what the tenure say.
Don't be like that.
That's cool.
Like it. Sex
Okay, next please.
Oh my God.
So here, of course, never match the customer's rudeness. So I think in the Citibank, you cannot match that customer's rudeness.
Yes.
You cannot match. It's like flip top is nothing to that girl. It's like 100 curse per minute. 1,000 curse per 10 minutes. And he's even cursing in Latin. Cursing in... That's creepy. Yeah.
Can we hear it?
Yeah, we'll listen to that. Let's listen to that. But... Okay. That's for adults only because we're all adults here anyway.
Yeah.
It's really explicit language, everything. So, okay, next. But that's just for part of the training, okay? Nothing personal, okay? Let's be all professional. It's not us. Next is, if abusive behavior persists, ask for help for your supervisor. Okay, so if you receive this kind of customer that's very rude, you almost want to cry, seek for assistance. There's no harm in asking for help. Put them on hold, ask for assistance. If you can't bear it anymore, ask for assistance. Okay. So it's actually if you receive this kind of concern and they ask for a manager, then transfer to a manager. There's no harm in that. It's like what in the PLDT scandal, the customer is asking for a manager, and the agent said, mga 9 a.m. pa po darating yung manager. Even though I'm sure the manager is there. And I think it's Filipino. They are both Filipino. Yeah. And because guys, if the seller asks for a manager, it's their right to ask for a manager. Okay? It's like what I received a phone call before. My account is in UK Mobility. They asked for a manager. Then I said, my manager still taking in calls. Then he said that, did you know that it's in Telecommunication Act of 1996 that all customers have the rights to ask for a manager? So he said that. Okay, so here's my manager. If that's your right, here's my manager. So do not, if they ask for a manager, give it to them. If they really insist. Okay? There's no harm in that. Okay, next please. So, we haven't listened to that yet, right?
Yes.
Do you still want to listen to a rude customer?
Yes, of course.
Okay. It's like breath of fire.
Thanks for calling customer service. This is... I don't give a damn what your name is! I'm sick and tired of dealing with you morons! Why don't you just go back to the hallway you guys came from and just build yourselves? I can hear that you're upset. I want to solve this problem. So could you please help me understand what happened?
Remain professional and don't take it personally. So,
Not yet done any.
let's say after your after your opening spiel, that's what you will be hearing. Then you take it personally. It hurts a lot. I don't want to do this. So keep your cool. Remain professional. It's not about you. It's about the company. It's like in Citibank scandal. The agent didn't remain professional. The customer said that if you don't give me my money, I will burn this ATM in front of me. Then the agent said, kayo po. That's what the agent said. Kayo po. Of course, then the customer said, anong kayo po? Then already started cursing everything. Everyone in the universe curse everything. So, the question guys, how do you decompress? How do you release your stress? After a stressful shift, how do you decompress? How do you release your stress?
Drinking water.
Drinking water. Very good. That's nice. Okay.
Take a long.
Those who are tenured, who has experience.
Listening worship.
Listening worship songs. That's very nice. Tenured guys, want to share. Abby, how do you? How about the small Abby?
Yeah, the small Abby.
How do you decompress? How do you release your stress?
Excuse me.
The? You dub smash.
It's not just about you, it's about the company.
You double smash the Citibank scandal. Then upload it. You use the Snow app. Okay. For me, I decompress after shift. That's very stressful. I keep on speaking English. I keep on hearing English, English seller. So during my commute on my way home, because on my first job that was in Ortigas, so I stayed there for a year and a half. And the travel time from Ortigas to Sandigan is almost a year, an hour and a half. One hour and a half,
Definitely that's true, boss.
Then I listen to just OPM songs. I don't want to listen to any English songs. Just Tagalog songs, purely Tagalog songs. I don't know, because just to keep my word away from English speaking, then I listen to OPM songs. So that's how I feel decompress when I do that. So how do you decompress, guys? One of my trainees said that, "Sir, I have a suggestion. For you to decompress before you go to work, look for a tree, then touch it, then transfer all your stress there." Yeah, that's effective. She said. Yeah. So there's a lot of tree here before you go to work.
You look so crazy. Sir, tomorrow at 2:30 you will see us all. You look so crazy.
That's how she decompress. So if it's effective to her.
It's okay.
Just touch the tree. Then transfer all your stress to that tree.
How about the grass?
Just tree. There's a lot of tree there.
Or talk to the duck.
Watch Frozen. Watch Frozen. Or watch comedy movie.
Watch Frozen.
I really watch all that.
So here, what is the difference between empathy and sympathy? Can anyone explain that? Empathy. Yes, Ate Ate.
Is putting yourself on the customer's shoes.
Correct. And how about sympathy?
Sympathy is more on sympathy.
Just acknowledging the customer's concern. Okay, so make it like this. Sympathy is you acknowledge the frustration of the seller. But for empathy, there's an emotion involved. You understand their feelings. So for sympathy, okay, that's so frustrating. Going back to business. But if you empathize, you understand how it feels. So I also experienced that. And if that happens to me, I will do exactly the same thing as what you're doing right now. So I understand you. So that's empathizing. So why does when you empathy, that's so important to our customers? So if you are in a very frustrated situation, let's say you lost your 1,000 peso load, then you call Sun Cellular hotline. Then they empathize to you. How would you feel? They empathize. Okay, I really do understand that's a big amount of load that was lost in your SIM card. So don't worry. If I'm on your situation, I will also feel the same way. I will call the hotline right away. That's what you are doing right now. So don't worry. I will do my best to help you. Okay, so that's how you empathize. So why is it important? Yes, Ate Abby.
Because it's important for the customer to feel that they are being understood.
Yes.
And as well as it's important for them to know that
You can be helped.
That's correct, Ate Angela. So being understood, yes, because we
and
want.
one thing more.
Yes, Ate Abby.
It's important for them to know that there's someone they can connect with.
Yes, they can connect with that. If you are a seller, then you can connect to that someone who's helping you. That's better. That's so important to them, because they will have that sense sense of care. You care to them, so there is somehow a relief in part of them that you can assist them. So if you empathize, so that's very important. So here, let's discuss this tempo after we listen to that PLDT scandal. Do you have the phone? Can you have it? Can you have it go to the YouTube then search for the? It's already there. Let's do the PLDT scandal first. Yeah. Okay, I'll search for PLDT scandal.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, EOP guys. English or pabulong. So this PLDT scandal already have a 1 million view in
Oh
YouTube.
my gosh.
More than around
What happened
1.3.
to Catherine?
Terminated, I guess.
I think Catherine and Sir Raul are already together now.
Because my trainer told us that Catherine can no longer apply.
Yeah, she is blacklisted to all BPO companies.
So if she
She's
applied
banned.
here,
If she applied here with your Catherine Rosana picture, so that's how famous she is. She's really famous to all the call center agent. So if you're a call center agent, you should know Catherine Rosana. Okay, here it is. Okay, let's listen to this. Okay, so this is a live call, guys. This is call that really happens. So I think the QA audited this because all of your call recordings can be downloaded as MP3 file. So somehow send it to his personal email, then upload it here in YouTube.
Thank you for calling the SL Guest. This is Katya.
Hello, good morning. Kasi kahapon pa
This
kami
one?
walang internet.
Wow.
Ano kami, San Andres area. Sabi ka sa amin kahapon, meron daw problema sa area. Di ko ba naayos yun?
Check ko lang po, sir. Kunin ko muna yung CL number nila or yung telephone ng connected charge.
5610695.
Sino po sila?
Raul Bacalvo.
Sir Raul,
Can you hear it, guys?